Hi guys, it's Laurie here from Lemon Yoga and welcome back to another video with me. Today I'm taking you through my daily flexibility routine. So these exercises will help you to become more flexible in your body, open your body and just help you to live in a less restrictive body, because that's why we work on flexibility, so we are more comfortable in our own bodies. So come on down, find a child's pose, wide-legged if you can, and let the belly melt towards the ground. Extend those arms in front of you, relax your forehead to the mat. And just begin by focusing in on the breath, taking a deep breath in and out. And I just want you to focus on really slowing the breath down as you rise on up onto all fours. And we'll begin to move through cat-cow, dipping the belly, lifting the chest and rounding the spine, looking to the knees. Roll the body all the way forwards, eyes look up. Exhale, peel the body back and just move through a few more like this, working on the flexibility of the spine. One of the most important things that we can work on in the body, making sure that our spines stay mobile and healthy. Moving through a few more in your own time. And then begin to press back into downward facing dog, a full body stretch, a great one to work on flexibility through the whole body. So begin by pedaling the feet, adding some movement to the back of the legs, and that will help you to stretch out through each of the legs. Try and really lengthen through the spine here. Think about dropping the crown of the head down towards the ground. Press to the palms, breathe. Roll the body forwards, melt the hips down, press to the palms as you lift your chest forwards into up dog, a nice stretch through the front of the body, a big back bend. Hold it there. And we'll tuck those toes, lift the hips high, downward facing dog. Your left leg's going to lift into the air, find three-legged dog, keep the hips square towards the ground. And then slowly we'll bring that left leg all the way through. The foot lands down between the hands, right knee to the ground. Lift that heart space forwards. You can rise onto fingertips here. And then we'll reach the arms all the way up as we find a crescent lunge. Lifting the heart space high. Melting into the hips. And exhale, melt the body to the ground. Turn to the long end of the mat. So the left knee is still bent, and try and straighten out through the side of the right leg, lifting the toes towards the ceiling. You should end up with a really deep stretch all the way through the inner thigh on that right leg. Okay, turn back towards the short end of the mat, back towards your left foot. This time hook the left arm underneath the left leg if you can. So you're trying to get that shoulder all the way round. Lower the body down towards the ground. So you should end up in an even deeper stretch into the hips. And release, bring that left arm back through. Step your left leg all the way back, fly high into three-legged dog. Find that length. And then bring the side of the left leg through this time into pigeon pose. Square the hips down, lift your heart space forwards. And melt the body to the ground. Always modify if you need to. Take any modifications or use any props that feel right in your body. You don't have to be in the full version of any of these poses today. You could be working towards them. So if you have decided to take the fold, I want you to imagine you're trying to melt the whole of the body down towards the ground, especially the lumbar spine. The more we can soften there, the more we'll open into the front of the hips. Use the breath to help you relax here, to help the body to open. Rise on up, press the hands to the mat, kick your right foot in and reach the right hand back, grabbing hold of the foot. Gently draw your right foot in towards the body and keep the body square towards the front of the mat. Now bring that right leg all the way round and through and in front of you, lengthening the leg away from you. Keep the spine nice and long and try just really gently drawing the right leg in towards the body without any force. Deep breaths. Bend into that right leg, cross it over the left leg. Give yourself a hug with the left arm, right arm behind you, and you're in a seated twist. And the aim of twists is to sit as tall as we can, find as much length through the spine as we can, and keep looking further behind us so all our internal organs get a lovely little massage here. It's great for the flexibility in our spine. Just stay with your breath. Soften and relax. And release back through center. Take that right leg now all the way round to the side of the mat. The left knee is in and we'll come into a side stretch. The left arm reaching up and over into a nice big side bend. Maybe you're reaching for the toes with your right hand. And we'll stay here, or you can begin to reach that top arm all the way down towards the toes, so you're coming into the full side bend. But if that feels too much for you today, then maybe this is something you're working towards. Make sure the front of the body stays completely open, so you're not rounding through the shoulders at all. And release, rise on up, come on out, move back through pigeon, so square those hips with the left leg still forward. Hips tucked under, and then step all the way back. Left leg flies high into three-legged dog. Bend the knee, drop the leg behind you and lift the hips high. Take a nice big back bend into wild thing, reaching that left arm far behind you. And then come all the way back round into downward facing dog. Hold it there, stretch the body, roll the body forwards, hips down, press to the palms, lift your heart space high. And then roll those hips all the way back into a child's pose. Let yourself take a moment to rest here. Let the hips gently open, let the spine relax. And you can melt the body over your hands. Just let yourself feel soft for a moment before we repeat all of that on the other side. When you're ready, rise back up, downward facing dog, hips high, heels are pressing low or pedaling through the feet. And then you can reach your right leg towards the ceiling, find three-legged dog. And we'll bring that right foot through, left knee to the ground, melt the tailbone down, lift the heart space towards the front of the mat, rise onto your fingertips. And then rise all the way up, reaching the arms high as we find our crescent lunge. Keep some resistance in the hips. And let yourself melt. You're taking deep breaths in and out. As you release, come all the way down. Turn to the long end of the mat. The left leg is out long. Right leg is bent. And just breathe space all the way through the inner thigh on the left leg. And we'll begin to turn back round, facing the short end of the mat. Hook that right shoulder under the right leg. So you're going to get deeper into the hips by doing this. And just hold it there. Breathe space. All right, come on out of that. Step your right leg all the way back. Find three-legged dog again. Find that length all the way through the back of the body. And slide the side of the right leg through, landing down, hips melt towards the ground. Lift that heart space high. And take your fold. Just letting yourself melt over that front leg towards the ground, or taking any modifications that you need to today. The body is soft here. The body is heavy. You feel calm and relaxed in your pigeon pose. When you're ready, gently press yourself back up. Kick the back foot, the left leg all the way in. See if you can grab hold of that left foot. Keep the body square to the front of the mat. Hold it there. Staying here for a few more breaths. And then we're going to slide that left leg all the way round and through in front of us, coming into a hamstring stretch. Try and keep the spine nice and long here. Lengthen as much as you can through the back of the leg, and gently draw that left leg in towards the body, especially as you feel the stretch easing. Breathe deeply. Then we'll cross that left leg over the top of the right. Hug in with the right arm, left hand behind you, and look over the shoulder. All right, let's slowly release. Come on out. Take that left leg out to the long end of the mat. Now keep the right leg in, and we'll reach the right arm all the way up and over, moving into a side bend. The left hand could reach for the toes if that's possible in your body today. And you can reach that top arm up and over to deepen the side stretch. Make sure the front of the body stays open. You're not rounding at all through the shoulders or the chest. And you're taking deep breaths in and out. Exhale, come on up, round those hips back towards the front of the mat. Find your pigeon pose again. Lifting the heart space, press it back. Right leg will fly high, three-legged dog. Bend that leg behind you, over you go. Find your wild thing, your back bend. Reach that right arm all the way up and over. And make your way back into downward facing dog. Come back round. Let's roll forwards, hips to the ground. Lift your heart space high. And melt all the way back into a child's pose. Take a moment to rest. Take a moment to breathe. Thread the left arm all the way under the right, bringing the left shoulder down towards the ground. Let yourself connect. And release, go the other way, right arm under the left. Look under that left arm. Let the right shoulder melt towards the ground. Let the breath be really long and deep to help you unwind at the end of our flexible flow today. And now we'll unravel and reach both arms forwards, before walking ourselves up to seated. You could move on round to cross-legged, just bringing one hand onto your heart space, one onto the belly, taking a really big breath all the way in. And out, exhale. And again, big breath in. And let it go. And I just want to say thank you so much for joining me for today's flexible flow. I really hope you enjoyed this. This is a daily flexible routine, so make sure you repeat. That's the way we work on our flexibility. We need to repeat as much as possible. You can finish by reaching the arms high and then bringing those hands down to your heart space. I just want to say thank you so much for joining me. Hit subscribe to join the Lemon Yoga family. And I will see you very soon for the next one. Bye, guys.